Come while this, it takes like a few seconds delay. But on my last live, on Saturday, there was like a there was white noise. So I want to make sure when it starts. 20 seconds. Is it coming on? Is it coming on? Yeah. Okay, so it's like sounding like that. Okay, it should be fine. Yeah, there was just like a white noise last time, so I didn't like when I was trying to do my shorts, making shorts out of it, I could hear this white noise and it was so annoying because it was a really good video, but I'm still going to do the shorts because, you know, but we're going to kind of get straight into it because there's a lot to go over today. There is a lot. So hi, welcome. My name is Kelita, Sahliah. If you are new, if you're not, then welcome. On my channel, I share my perspective and my lens on how I view reality, our realm that we share together collectively. So yes, that is me. I'm a mother and I also dabble in crypto. So with that being said, we're gonna go over the numerology of the month. These are the luminary positions. Do have a look. Is it even in the camera? It's like, again, I do this on my camera and it's fine, but it's slightly different on YouTube. You see that? I'm going to have to move out of the way sometimes. But anyway, if I move it any backer, you can't see. So we're doing something a little different as well. We will be ending it with a tarot reading, okay, to see the general energies, to see if it matches up with what I say. Anyway, we'll see. We're testing all of this out. So without further ado, people, make sure you get your calendars. This is the old copy, so there is a new one en route, and it is 2023 to 2024. Okay, it is spring. The font is much bigger. It is much bigger, so don't worry. Do not worry. But you can, if you wish, pre-order. You can pre-order. It is en route, and the digital version is available now on Etsy. So we are, like I said, it's gonna be bigger, don't worry. But we're in this last week, the last week of Feb, and these are all the transits there. So yes, without further ado, almost 3 minutes in, let's get into the numerology for when people decide to join me. Anyway, so I saw something quite interesting in the numerology. So for those who don't know, to find out the numerology of the month, you take the year and then add the month to that year. And yeah, our realm is mathematical based, so that's why I pay attention to numerology, because it emits a certain frequency each month. So we're going to look into that. So we've got the 2-3 year plus March. I'm not putting the 0 because there's just no point. Can you see it? Oh, you can. Do I need to put this on that side? Hold on. Oh, I'm just all up in the camera. Forgive me. All my children's toys are just about the place. Ah! Oh, gosh. This is not the most professionalist thing, but I'm not a professional. I am Kelita. So that's a bit better. Yeah, you can see that. Do pay attention to the luminaries, the positions right now, because move it back. Yeah. I'm so sorry, people. It's just this lighting. I can't help it. But pay attention to the luminary positions because I've got a lot to kind of go over. So this is where they are at. Also, make sure you download the app Stellarium so you can see for yourself that this is where the luminaries are. So for those who don't know, we view the visible sky. Okay, so that's how we deal with our astrology over here. But back to numerology now. It is the 2-3 year in the 3 month, which equals 10, giving us a universal 1 month. Okay, so we are in, what's happening here? We are in We are in a universal 1 month. Okay, but I also noticed something different. If you was to take that and you add a 1, if you were to see this month as the first month instead of the third, like the first month because spring is starting, then we get an 8. So pay attention to that. I find that interesting because we know that with wands, it is a new energy. So it is new beginnings. It's fresh. It vibrationally, 1 is the support and structure within a new vibrational frequency for something to take place. So it is literally fresh. But also 8, I don't just see 8 as a number. I see as a toroidal field. You know, it's like the infinity, isn't it? But also, as well as infinity, oh my days, I'm not the best at drawing half the time. As well as like the infinity, I see it as a toroidal field. So in essence, it's like energetically you're entering a new energy field, basically. So that is how I'm seeing March. It is literally going to be fresh. It's going to be new. So that is the numerology for March. That is the numerology for March. Okay, so we're getting moving quicker. The transits this month as well. No, this week. So we're down at the bottom of the board now. You can see this better. I think I'll always lay it out like this because you can definitely see it better. So we are starting. Our first transit will be into Cetus on the 26th. Venus is moving into Cetus. So Venus is already in Pisces and it's taking its watery dip in Cetus. How I like to call it is watery dip in Cetus, the sea whale, on the 25th. And it's then moving. It's then moving what day? The 27th. Back into Pisces. So if you can see that. It's moving back into Pisces on the 27th. So it's literally having a watery dip. I'll say all the transits and then we'll go through them. So Mercury on the 1st of March is moving into, where is it going? Aquarius. And then Pluto, oh, the most exciting planet, on the 1st as well, is finally making its Capricorn movement. So, what am I seeing with all of this now? Venus, the planet or luminary as I like to call it, it's based around our values and magnetism. I like the way, I listened to how someone explained it and I do like their way of explaining it. It's like, it is the brightest star in the sky. People, you can see Venus right now and it is beautiful. Not like right now, but when the sun sets, it's in Pisces, so the sun is in Aquarius right now. So it was close, it was traveling close to the sun, so you couldn't see it, but now it's moved from the sun. You can see it and it's the brightest star in the sky and it's so beautiful. And Jupiter is not far from it. And the moon was not far from it today. So it's going to be similar tomorrow. So if you see a clear sky, people, not long after the sunset, please just look up and you're going to see Venus. So Venus, in essence, it is our magnetism. It is what we attract to us as well within the material. And it is our values, what we value. So because we do value it, we attract it into our experiences. So that being in Pisces, I had said last week, so feel free to watch that video. But that being in Pisces, our magnetism or what we value will be based around within the material plane and within like love and relationships, not just love, but relationships as well. you'd have been wanting that deeper connection, because that's what Pisces is all about. It's you find value in more of the depth of your relationships, the depth of things within the material plane. So Venus is having that watery dip, that watery Cetus dip. So I see Cetus as that the alchemization. So Ophichus is the transmutator of energy that transforms, and Cetus alchemizes. So once you've transformed, you then alchemize all of that. You like take that deep breath in and back into Pisces. So Pisces being that depth, that bit of everything, basically. So what I'm seeing is based around your values and what you find valuable, and of course, depending where Venus sits in your personal chart, this is how it will impact you directly. So Venus for me, let me give an example. My Venus is in the third house. My Venus is in the third house, and it's Taurus. Yeah, Taurus in the third house. So third house based on communication is a big thing there. Communication, and Taurus is based on the material pleasures, etc., etc. So that's why I'm very outspoken about material stuff, whether that's like, oh gosh, I'm just going to say money. I'm interested in the crypto market, basically, and I want to give that message. So that makes sense for me. But I'm looking at it through the Piscean lens, because that's where Venus is. And in essence, this alchemization of energy, I'm seeing that things would have come to you that you're like, okay, this truly is my value. This is the depth I'm ready to reach. And then as it dips into Cetus, once you've recognized that, you alchemize all of that so you can become it, if you know what I mean. And then as it goes back into Pisces, you've had that, like, okay. I also see as, I noticed, like I said, in the mythology story, Cetus is like a defeat, but in essence, it's kind of just like, okay, the old or whatever doesn't serve you has to go, in essence, so you can become that new version of you, basically. So it is just like, okay, this has got to go. It's that final breakthrough. So that's what I'm seeing in terms of values. How you value the material plane, what you find valuable, and the depth of how you'd like to experience it and magnetize it into your life. Yeah, there may be just like a deep breath moment, but breakthrough is coming, and you will experience it again. So that's what I'm seeing for Venus. Now, Mercury, before we get on to the most exciting planet, Pluto, Mercury or Luminary, whichever. Mercury is entering Aquarius. So Mercury being our communication style, and it is God's messenger. It's a messenger from God. It is the luminary that literally dances around the sun, and it's like it goes, gets a message, comes back with all its retrogrades, and then goes again. That is Mercury. So it going into Aquarius on the 1st of March. The way we communicate our thought style, the way we exchange energy. I see Mercury as an exchange. You're literally exchanging. You are exchanging. So whether that's through communication, through thoughts, even if it's just thought in your mind, there is communication and exchange within you. Okay, so I'm sorry, Kelita, you're beautiful. But anyway, Mercury being in Aquarius, that is Aquarius, it's fueled by Uranus, which is the electric planet. It's Aquarius is innovative. Innovative? Have I said that right this time? Innovative. But anyway, within the Aquarian energy, like I said, we're still in Aquarian energy quite heavy because the sun, the solar power, is operating through that lens right now. So your ego is attracting experiences to you that are Aquarian in style. So, in essence, your thought process, your communication style, and everything will be Aquarian. It will be Aquarian. So, it can bring about change. The way you exchange and give your energy, the way you communicate, can bring about sudden change, basically. That's what I'm seeing, that electric vibe, the whole electric vibe. Again, like with Aquarius, a lot of business ideas can come up. So you may think of very unique ways. When's it going? The first? Yeah, so that's Wednesday. That's Wednesday next week. You may have thoughts about like new unique ways, because that is the Aquarian energy. That could be to do with your business, your platforms, whichever. I'm talking from like an entrepreneurial perspective here because that's me. But you apply it to your own life, okay? You apply it to your own life. And okay, because we've not even touched on the moon yet, the mover of our emotions. My favorite planet, Pluto. One of my favorite ones, Pluto. Pluto. It is like the it's moving into Capricorn. This is big, and I will be doing a separate video on this, as well as Saturn in Aquarius. So pay attention, not pay attention, so stick around for them and keep an eye out. They will be made this weekend and they will come out. So, because it's big, quite big energies. And also do keep an eye out for the in-depth decodes of all of the luminaries and all of the star constellations and everything, because seeing it from a holistic point of view will just deepen your knowing in things. So that's en route. It is en route. I'm actively creating them this weekend. So Pluto, anyway, the planet is also like a messenger, like Mercury. So it's like the from the underworld, basically. Oh, greetings, my queen. I'm gonna have to get rid of you because I'm on a live. Yeah, so it's like the messenger. It's also looked at if you believe in like past lives karma and things like that as well. So I'm seeing this, if you see it from that perspective, it's quite big, because in essence it's moving. You see what I mean? It's like shedding the old, welcoming the new. So that is Pluto, like a whole death and rebirth type of thing. And it's only desire. It's like, okay, you want this, I'm going to bring it to you. Like, this is from the underground. It's like, okay, I'm going to bring it to you. Through whatever death and rebirth, you will have that to attract them experiences to you. It is it's not visible in the sky, which means it is an internal energy. So Saturn is the last visible luminary in the sky. After that, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, they're not visible to the naked eye. So it represents more of our internal transformation. So in essence now, that's moving into Capricorn. So the god of the underworld, of death and rebirth, of money too, because it's yeah, it rules money. It has its power over money. So it's heading into Capricorn. So this whole time it's been in Sag for, oh gosh, since 2012, maybe a bit before that. I'm not sure on the exact dates, but it's been in Sag. So I'm going to relate this to the crypto market. But in essence, Sagittarius is the higher learning, of higher perspective. It's telling you it's going in that direction. So we have been on the crypto, come out, Bitcoin come out 2012, and it's like all new. It's like, oh, wow, what's going on? And we learnt about it. Not only just crypto, let me link it to other aspects. All of the conspiracy theories, all conspiracy theories, all a lot about electromagnetism, a lot about the nature of our reality, law of attraction and things like that. All of that came out while Pluto was in Sag. Okay, so it is heading into Capricorn now. So Capricorn being I see it as the perfect balance of energies in essence to create that sturdy and solid foundation, because it has water and earth, which is spirit and material. So it has that balance to create the solid foundations. So pay attention to what I'm saying now. Sagittarius shown us the way and the direction we were going, and Capricorn is going to solidify it. Okay, Capricorn is going to solidify it. I don't want to talk too much about it. People, make sure you check out my Pluto video, because we're going to go in depth, like fully just Pluto. But what I'm seeing is, in essence, you know where you're going. Pay attention to your life. You know where you're going. You know where you want to go. You see it. Pluto being in there is making it happen, and it will retrograde and come back out of Capricorn. So we're having a rerun, but make sure you catch the full video on that, and I'll go into it even more detail. Okay, so like I says, in terms of money, even in terms of like how we can, that higher perspective as it's come from Sag, how we can create solid foundations living in it. You know what I'm saying? So people who went about doing certain things in certain ways and it probably didn't work out, is working out now. We're getting a taster of it this year, and then it's coming back again properly in 2024. So make sure you stick around for that video where we're going in even more in depth. People, give me a thumbs up if you've got this far in the video, please. It's gonna help. I need help, and I need help by you liking the video, so I'd really appreciate it. Okay, thank you. So the moon now, because I do want to get into these transit cards before we come back to the present moment. So the moon, oh gosh, also on the 26th, Cetus is moving at 7 a.m. No, 3 a.m. Okay, in the morning, it's hitting, this is GMT time, whoever's watching this. It is moving at 3 a.m. in the morning. So that whole, your values having that final transformation before it can fully experience that depth. It's 3 a.m. Sunday morning for low GMT time. Okay, so the whole of Sunday, essentially, pay attention to how you feel the whole of Sunday. Okay, because like I says, I don't know, I don't have all the answers, so we're just observing and seeing how we feel. All right, so the moon on the 26th as well at 7 a.m. the moon is moving into Taurus, the Taurian. In March the 1st, moving into Gemini, and then on the 3rd we're hitting Cancer, the crab. My children are still awake, and I'm hearing one come down the stairs. Probably needs the toilet. Is he okay? Oh, probably just forgot something on the stairs. Anyway, how am I seeing this now? Sorry, I'm getting a little paranoid. How am I seeing this? So the moon, I see the moon as the mover of your emotions. It is like the sun is your external ego self, but the moon is your internal self, basically. It is what's hidden. It is your thoughts, feelings, and emotion. It's that aspect of self. And it is as equally as important as the ego. It really is, because the sun and the moon are the same size. Yeah, like, if you just look at the sky, I don't really care what anyone else says. I don't care whatever degree or whatever. I just pay attention to what I can see and observe. And I've been observing it for over 2 years straight. And they're the same size in the sky. So like when it's a full moon, it's the same size as the sun. So it's just the radiance it gives off makes the appearance of the size different. But from what I see when I zoom in, sometimes when I see with my own eyes, when the sun's behind a cloud, you can see the size of the sun and it's legit not that big. It's legit not that big. We are not going around the bloody sun. The sun is moving around us and we are stationary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know the shape of the earth. It could be a triangle for all I care. But from what I know, from my perspective and my point of view, all I see is the sun just coming in and out of my perspective, and it moves as it's summer. It rises at a certain point and sets at another point. As it gets to winter, it rises a bit further to the rises in the east and sets in the west, doesn't it? So it rises north, east, south. So when it gets to summer, winter, it rises just a bit closer to the south than it does the east. When it's in summer, it rises actually just a little bit before the east. So that's what I've noticed from my own observation. So that's what I'm going on, because that's all that matters, your own perspective in this reality. So anyway, the moon, the mover of our emotions, it's going through Taurus on the 26th. So again, I find that interesting because Taurus is based on the material. It is the pleasures, the senses, it is money as well, your pleasures in the material plane of existence. And as Venus is transiting through Cetus, the whole Cetus and Pisces energy, Venus fuels Taurus as well. So it's like your emotions on that day will be quite heavy, I'm feeling, around what you value more so in the material and your pleasures, rather than like the Libra side of it, because Venus fuels Libra too. So yes, your values based upon the material I'm seeing coming up on this day. As the moon, the mover of our emotion, moves into Gemini, and then Cancer, I'm seeing, what am I seeing? I notice that I'm just super chatty whenever the moon is in Gemini. I am super chatty and I always have someone I can talk to. Like, they may not even be in my life like that. Like, the last time the moon was in Gemini, it was my friend's birthday and I was just laying it all out to her cousins. I was like, oh, I don't understand. Could you tell me about this? Oh, and I was, okay, I wasn't crying, but they were there, and it's like they're not usually in my life like that. So I do notice there's always something where I'm just talking more. I'm literally getting my emotions out on how I truly feel, because Gemini is fueled by Mercury. So it is your thought process, isn't it? It is your thought process. And also, as Mercury moves on this day too. Look, this is how I love the connection. As Mercury moves on this day, it's just like amplified. It's literally just amplified. Like, Mercury is in Aquarius and the moon will be in Gemini. So your emotions will be moving you through that Mercury style anyway. So, like, don't be surprised if you happen to talk to someone on this day, the first, second, and maybe a bit of the third, because it moves into Cancer a bit later in the day, where you can fresh ideas that could literally benefit you in terms of your business, in terms of anything. Just don't be surprised if that comes up that day. Okay, and then as it moves into Cancer, I see Cancer as like the defensive crab. It's just like, oof, just like, go away. Like, I'm soft, but that's how I see Cancer. So basically, fueler of the fourth house, so that's home and family, something that is really sentimental to you. So something may come up, your emotions may move you in a way where you realize something that is truly of value and close to home, close to your heart, where you want to protect. That's the best way I can put it. And it makes sense because we're having quite a lot of movements and new energies coming in. So it's like, as these new energies come in, you're then realizing like, okay, this is what I truly want, type of thing. And that will be amplified when it touches Leo the following week. But that's what I'm seeing. You may realize something like, okay, this is it, based around possible innovative ideas, new ideas coming up to do your business, career, anything of that nature. So also, it is a first quarter moon on the 27th. So on the 27th, it's the first quarter moon. Okay, so this is the switch and the flip in energies now at this point. Oh my days, it's already 30 minutes and I'm not done. So the energies will shift and flip. So basically, I see the moon, the mover of emotions, but when it's not illuminated, you are basically more logical, more rational. As it becomes illuminated, your emotions are more heightened, your intuition is, I'm going to say, it's coming on point. It's coming on point. And again, that makes perfect sense because Cancer and like its intuitiveness is just the best after Pisces. So, yeah, so that's basically what I'm seeing. We're going to get more, move more by our emotions. As I said last week, I feel things will be picking up a bit quicker because the moon will be illuminated. So energy will be like, okay, this is actually happening now. It's happening. It is happening. So yeah, so that is it. I am going to do a tarot pull right now. I've been doing some tarot recently, and it's been surprisingly accurate. So it's nothing I want to kind of do. Maybe, oh, should I do it for the week or the month? It is a new month. So we're going to go for the energies of the month because we know it is essentially new. It's one, and we're creating, depending on your point of view, a new vibrational energetic frequency within your toroidal field, basically, to attract these new experiences to us. So we're gonna one card for the month and one for the week, because we might do it weekly. So month, for the month we've got, okay, we've got the 5 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. So what I'm seeing, I'm still remembering my tarots, but I do know these two. So in essence, there may be something that doesn't go our way. Okay, this is the 5 of Cups, and you just have to accept it. I had this last week. I just had to accept it, but it's okay. We'll get through it. And again, I'm seeing that it's with the Cetus energy. It's with the Cetus energy. And also do bear in mind, energies don't just start and stop like that. It kind of phases out. So Pluto is a big one. So it's not gonna, these energies have slowly been coming in, if you know what I mean. And, you know, it still needs to phase in. And then also for this month, 9 of Cups. So this is getting ready to just experience your wealth, financial freedom, all of that jazz this month. Okay, this month, that's what we've got. Wish I had a board, but I don't, so it's there. Right, lads and lasses, this week then, what have we got for this week? And then we'll finish off back in the present moment. This week, oh, the Star, oh gosh, the Star and the 7 of Wands. So I have to use my book for this because, you know what I mean, I'm not all the way there yet. So I'm going to leave the Star there because I've just found it. 7 of Wands. Okay, so for this week, defiance, assertion, purpose, standing your ground, being resolute, sticking to your guns, strength against adversities. Okay, so this week, hold your ground basically. Hold your ground. So it's a case of if you have to say no, you have to say no. Basically, hold your ground, know your position and everything for this week. And the star, inspiration, ideal love, people. Ideal love. I'll take that. Thank you. Truth revealed. Ooh. Realization of a dream. Insight and self-belief. Are essential for happiness. So belief in yourself and insight, your personal insight, which is your personal hologram, seeing the light, finding peace within, and feeling generous. Oh, that's lovely. That is lovely. I will take that. So for this week, stand your ground, people, and be a star. Stand your ground and be a star. And bear in mind, if something doesn't go your way with the Five of Cups, it's okay, because what is coming is the Nine of Cups. All right. So I think I may do this weekly, you know. Let me know in the comments below. Those watching this a bit later, because no one's joined me today, but that's okay, because this is going to be full at some point. Yeah, do let me know if you'd like that, if it helped at all. And we're going to just come back now to end it off in the present moment. So right now the moon is in Pisces. As I said, it looks beautiful in the sky, and it is in Pisces. So our emotions will be moving away, where we want the deepness. We see the deeper meaning of life and everything like that before it leaves Pisces. And also remember, people, Fortuna is entering Ophichus tomorrow. Okay, so on the, what's the date? The 24th of February 2023, Ophichus is entering, Fortuna is entering Ophichus. So, we were being fortunate in reaching our watery depth in Scorpio, and now it's transiting into Ophichus. So it's going to be fortunate for us to literally transmute our energy. Ophichus, it's linked to magnesium, which is literally the generator of energy within the body. So at this time, you are transforming your cells, in essence, to become the new, because it's a 8 and 1 universal month, new structure and support within a new vibrational frequency within your toroidal field. So in essence, it all aligns up, and it's so mind freeing how this just fits together from my perspective anyway. So you will have fortune in this new month to literally transform yourselves and become that version of you with the Ophichus energy, the healer. Get ready to heal and become you. Okay, the you're ready to be. But anyway, I hope this helped. Make sure, of course, you get your calendars. It's en route, people. It's en route. Okay, and with that being said, Angel out. Bye. Yes, I want to stop.